Is your man avoiding sex, or are you a man who's avoiding sex? You're not alone. Let me tell you about my clients. When they came to me, they hadn't had sex in years. And she thought that he's not attracted to me. I'm too old, fat, ugly. I'm not like the girls that he's looking at when he's scrolling. She couldn't talk to him about it because every time she talked to him about it, he would just say, "Can't you see I'm stressed at work? I'm so busy." So she is also getting busy. She's keeping herself, she's on dating sites. She's wondering if she should have an affair. Maybe she's already had one already. And she's pleading with me, wondering why would a man turn down sex with a woman that he loves? It's not what you think, and it's more common than you realize. I've been there. Believe me, this isn't what he wants. He wants to please you, but he doesn't know how. And that is why I'm here. I teach you how to uncover his real sexual desires. Today, I'm going to tell you why men are avoiding sex. It's not lack of desire, it's not lack of attraction, it's lack of skills, experience, and confidence. That's what I find. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to give you a plan, a strategy for getting your needs met, both of you in your relationship, yours and his, without pills, without pressure, without the awkward conversations, without the excuses. Busy at work? I'm going to have you be comfortable at home and get busy in the bedroom. I'm Amy Keller, creator of the Intimacy Game Plan, the program that takes you from roommates to playmates. I became the help that my husband and I needed, but we couldn't find. Nobody teaches us intimacy or how to build it together. I've merged psychotherapy, neuroscience, and tantra to teach us all how to be partners and lovers for life. It's not woo-woo, it's science. You'll find the science in my TED Talk and in my book, The Huddle, How to Score in Sex and Love. That's what I'm here to help you do. You'll find links in the description for my book, my talks, my free download, my program. So please hit like, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, give me a like, and let's get into it. So, why do men avoid or turn down sex? Well, for my couple, he did even when he was single because sex caused him a lot of anxiety. He doesn't have a lot of sexual confidence. So, he knew that she needed sex, so he would perform sex for her. And that performance had a pass. It was like a passing performance. Even though it was a meh, they loved each other. So they got married and they both figured that it would get better. How? What? Is he going to ask for directions? He's a man. So then they feel stuck. But this has happened to a lot of my couples. Let me tell you, one of my clients came to me and he had choreographed sex routines so that he could impress any girl. And then he found the girl that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. And he's like, now what? And even she's going, where did that man go? Because it feels like a lot of work. He's constantly performing the same choreographed routine over and over. It's a lot of work for him and it wasn't pleasurable for him. Some of my clients, they'll watch porn and then he runs to her and he would be like, okay, I'm ready. And then she'd be like, okay. And he would penetrate her and finish in her. And she felt like a receptacle because they weren't making love. He was just finishing. He thought that's what she needed. So many of my clients, while they're single especially, are relying on pills, pumps, and injections, which is about performing. He's like, come on, buddy, we got to perform. Show up for me. We got to do this together. But then they get into a relationship, and again, it feels like a lot of work. They start avoiding it, not because they don't want sex or because they're not attracted to her, but because it's like, I got to take a pill. I have to perform for her. I've had clients who've actually had implants trying to please her and then not understanding why it's still not pleasing her is because it's still performance, still, especially now after there's an implant, because it's not about his pleasure. He can't feel anything. An implant makes them numb. He really wishes that he had learned how to be a whole body lover before he had a surgery and removed his most treasured part. Make sense? A lot of men are getting into relationships and avoiding sex because they feel inadequate. They have a fear of not being enough, doing something wrong. And quite frankly, there's nothing worse than disappointing a woman in the bedroom. Make sense? That's why they're avoiding it. And I know for this client, he would say, I'm trying, I'm doing everything I know how to do. I'm providing for her, I'm helping her around the house, but nothing I do is ever enough. She's a lot of work. She's very needy and she's always so frustrated. All of those words are exactly how she feels in the bedroom: needy, frustrated, and a lot of work. She is frustrated, sexually frustrated. Just like him, when he's saying he's stressed at work, he's still talking about sex. I always know that those are the words somebody's using. That's what they mean. He's stressed, it's a lot of work at work. Then he comes home and he's stressed and it's a lot of work at home. It's supposed to be a pleasure. Does that make sense? And he knows that she's frustrated because what makes an intimate relationship intimate is the intimacy. But society says that he should always be in the mood, that he should always be ready to go, that he should know how to please a woman in and out of the bedroom. That's a lot of pressure. That's why he would go to his doctor for pills, pumps, injections, implants, because he wants to be a lover. He wants to know what to do. I was there. I know that feeling. But my husband isn't broken. He just didn't know what to do. That's why it would cause him so much anxiety. Then we go to a therapist, and a lot of my clients go to therapists, but talking about the childhood, how is that helping with their love life? Women these days are demanding relationship and sexual satisfaction. They're demanding a lot out of men. Women are reading books, going to workshops, doing retreats, and really empowering themselves. Meanwhile, men are shamed for sex, shamed if it doesn't work, shamed if he gets it wrong. And he's trying to figure it out. That's why he's looking at porn, going to parlors, hoping that pills will be the answer to his performance. But where do we go to learn to be partners and lovers? I wanted somebody like a sports coach who could teach us together, who could help him feel confident with me. And I do that for my clients. Where is that emotional and physical connection? Intimacy is a skill you build together, and that's why you come to me. For over 20 years, I've helped thousands of men and couples learn to be confident lovers, even when there are barriers like health issues, erectile dysfunction, libido, past traumas. The biggest problem I see is the word sex because we think of it as penetration and an orgasm. And that means that if there isn't penetration and there isn't an orgasm for him, for her, does that mean that it was even sex? Does it feel like a fail? Does that mean it's a fail? That's why he's avoiding it, because he feels like it's his job to please her, but he doesn't know how. That's why he'll say to her, Okay, you want sex. What do you want? What do you want me to do to you? Because he's trying to please her, trying to give her what she wants. But what I'd ask him is, even if she tells you, how do you do it? Do you know how to do that thing really well? Or are you still doing it and figuring it out the same way that you did when you were 18 years old? It's okay. In the intimacy game plan, my program, we redefine sex as pleasure because the real goal is to enjoy it and share it together. And when you're talking about whole body sensual pleasure, that doesn't require pills, performance, or any pressure whatsoever. The next thing I ask you to do is to take the penetration off the table. And a really fun way to do that is to get matching boxers because it's playful. And I'm all about feeling playful and connected. Some of my couples have gotten gold lame G strings. It's your team. You find the uniforms that work for you. The next thing I'd want you to do is to take turns giving and receiving pleasure. That doesn't mean, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Is it my turn? That means I want you to make an entire experience all about him. Let him fully receive whole body sensual pleasure that isn't about a penetration, that isn't about an orgasm, just so that he can feel his body again without feeling like there has to be a performance or a finish. The next thing I want to give you is your new goal. Your new goal is to find all of the ways to make him go, with pleasure. Those sounds, those are huddle sounds. That's the stuff I talk about in my book. There are a lot of ways to get the and that's what it means to explore, is to explore all of his pleasure. And I'm going to give you my favorite sex toy. That's right. My favorite sex toy is a scarf. It's unbelievable. I teach you so many things to do with a scarf. It's endless because the minute that a scarf comes in, it drops the expectations. This is no longer anything we've done in the past. And this suddenly turns it into a sensory, sensual experience. When you feel the scarf against your skin, when he feels the scarf against his skin, total game changer. I remember this client, as he was saying to me, this feels silly. How is this going to make me a great lover? Because you're actually going to experience pleasure so that you can give her pleasure. You're growing together. And as he says now, these huddle sounds, these are like their secret language. As he said, I've always wanted to learn this stuff. I have a business advisor, I have a financial advisor, I have a fitness coach, and now I have you. That's me. Somebody to teach him the most important skill of all, how to be a lover with his wife, how to be a lover in his life. That's confidence. And as she said, this is the best ever. The best part is knowing that he's involved. And the scarf. I'm telling you, the scarf. And now he's not avoiding sex because he knows what to do. And you grow together by trying new things together, by learning your starting moves and your starting positions and playing with each other. Truth is, men love sex. They want to be great lovers. He wants to please you. And she wants that too. Intimacy is a skill. It's a team skill, like a sport. You grow together by learning a new routine, building emotional and physical awareness, trust, and understanding. When you shift the focus from sex to whole body sensual pleasure, and you're taking turns giving and receiving pleasure, you have a plan and a practice, you learn your starting moves, your starting positions. It's the best. Then he doesn't have to avoid it. You're both looking forward to it. You're both learning to get your needs met in and out of the bedroom. Great athletes, like great lovers, aren't born, they're made. They don't figure out how to play the game. No, they have a coach. They have an intimacy game plan. They have a practice. That's how they have the steps to know that they're going to get better and better together. And that is your goal, to be partners and lovers for life. Make sense? Sound good? I know that it can be hard to look for help, but when my clients connect with me, they feel immediate relief. That's why I'm here. I've been there. You want to be partners and lovers for life? You want to go from roommates to playmates? You want to take your skills from junior to varsity? Then talk to me. Apply for the intimacy game plan and make it easy to be lovers and partners for life. I look forward to meeting you. In the meantime, stay connected to yourself, each other, and me, and I'll see you soon. Sound good?